People are calling it a number 10 year, or a 1 plus 0 equals 1 year, or the fire horse year. But they tell me it's a circle around a 1 year. So a 10, circle around a 1. But that circle is the co-creation. Remember that this is a year of co-creation. They're handing you an easy button. Hey everyone, welcome to the latest reading of the Spirit Guide Report. This is the week of February 23rd to March 1st. I do a weekly reading from the collective spirit guides, but if you are included in the integration emails, I also bring in your guides for this specific reading every single week. So it lands a little bit different, it lands a little bit deeper. It can speak more directly to you. So if you're interested in getting some integration emails that go alongside what I'm doing today, go ahead and sign up in the description below. So today, my intention was, what does the age of Ascension, or the age of Aquarius, mean now that we are here, now that we're there? And how do we start to move through while we are still human? Because being human, while we are being also told to be energy, is diametrically opposed almost. So I'm interested to see what they said. And as I entered this space, they wanted to make sure that I knew that we are exiting a time of more religion and belief, and the structure of those two things. We have been in that for what has it been, about 2,000 years, and we are now entering a new age that we are letting go of those beliefs. And it's so interesting, as I was going through here, if you've been on this healing path for any amount of time, the number one thing it seems that we keep on going back to is beliefs, 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 getting rid of beliefs, getting rid of beliefs. That is highly Piscean energy, highly the age of Pisces, if that's right. I think that we are exiting the age of Pisces, going into Aquarius. Again, I'm not an astrologer, but the belief in religion, the dogma, the heaviness, we are exiting, and we are going into knowing and consciousness. Okay. And that is incredible, because the way I understand 5D and the energy that we're going into, we are no longer having to go through the goals and the frameworks and the to-do lists and the checklists and the spreadsheets of life. We are going into making decisions based purely on our own knowing, on our own psychic senses, on our own intuition. And if you don't have those online yet, they're saying, learn how to use us. The guides are saying, learn how to use us, learn how to communicate directly with us, and we will help you. We will co-create with you. And they're saying that people are calling it a number 10 year, or a 1 plus 0 equals 1 year, or the fire horse year. But they tell me it's a circle around a 1 year. So a 10, circle around a 1. But that circle is the co-creation. Remember that this is a year of co-creation, of trusting your gut senses, trusting your heart, trusting your voice, trusting your mind, trusting the information that's being dropped into you. And they're saying, remember that intuitive information is just dropped in. It's like it's just dropped straight into your head, or into your heart, or into your gut, if that's where that's where you're bringing information in. Versus when we're thinking hard, it's like working on a math problem. You're working from point A to point B to point C, and you're working through it on your own. And that's definitely your mind and your own smarts working on a problem and getting an answer. But when you have that divine information, it comes to you suddenly in the shower, or you wake up in bed and you have the answer you've been looking for, or you're on a long drive and all of a sudden it's just, oh, I get it. I know what that is. That's the answer. That's the difference. You didn't churn through it. It just was given to you. It's like a beautiful wrapped present that was just handed to you, and you got the answer. So they're saying we're going from the belief and the religion into the age of knowing, the psychic knowing and guide communication and co-creation. And we're definitely going into the area of technology. We have information that is technology information whizzing through the air right now. That's going to increase by leaps and bounds in the next few years. We are going to be seeing the demolition of all of the old systems that were built in the last long time. And they really want to impress upon you, and this might help a lot of your hearts, is all of these systems that are being busted right now, that's being done astrologically, that's being done energetically. It has nothing to do with world leaders, with world powers, with superpowers, with files, with anything. It has nothing to do with that. That's all just stuff and clutter in the external world. We are dealing with energy, and this is all supposed to be breaking down right now. So don't be scared. There might be a little bit of rough patches while it comes back online. Literally, maybe, I don't know, just a word. But they're saying it has to fall apart. And it's not of anybody's fault. It's not of anything out there's fault, unless you want to blame God and creation and the planets and energy, because that's where it's all coming from. All of that is just a signal of the transference of because we are right there at the cusp between these two humongous energetic timelines. So, as always, the first area that I go into is the lesson presenting itself for this week. And before I go in there, they've started to give me this kind of like a pre-feeling of what I'm expecting to get. And while I'm standing there and orienting myself to the map of where I get this information, I get a bit of a feeling of getting ripped upwards. The grounding sensation is falling away from me. And I did report this, I believe, 2 weeks ago. I'll put it up here. But it is like the grounding sensation is falling away from me, and it's very disorienting. And we installed a metaphorical metal hook in the earth. And they're saying, just imagine tying yourself to an anchor, your energy to an anchor, and throwing that anchor down to the earth. Like you were a sailor, just throw that big old heavy thing down to the earth, and it's going to spin around that metal hook. Anchor yourself to it. It is installed and being looked after by very specific keepers of the beautiful underworld, which is a very positive place, by the way. So the lesson that's presenting itself, this was really interesting. They say this is an example. And I'm seeing fairies and gnomes and all of the mythological creatures. They're all showing themselves to me as real. All of a sudden, they're just like, yeah, we've been real this whole time. And it is a knowing. And there's no question here anymore. The belief has fallen away. Any belief that I had about these things has completely fallen away. The knowing is based on pure, infallible, yet completely illogical trust. And that's what we're going into. We're going into completely illogical trust in these next few years. And the trust is now psychic intuition. It's guide communication. It's being able to access all of those things from a nervous system that is calm and healed, from your physical nervous system and your energetic nervous system, both being online, empowered, sovereign. You're running on your own energy. Nobody else is taking it. You're not wasting it, right? And there's a big sense, and if you've been on the healing journey for a while, one of the first things we always do is we ground, right? And the second part of grounding is connecting to cosmic energy. So basically, what we do is we imagine our energy going down into the middle of the earth, maybe by like we are tree trunks, and our roots are growing all the way down. And then the second part of grounding is bringing that energy from the earth back up through our tree trunks, through our body, into our center. Then we do the same thing up into cosmic source energy. We throw our energy, our strings, our anchors, if you will, up there. We wrap around the universe, and we're pulling cosmic energy, and it's all swimming around in our core, the core of our being. And that is our energy that's connecting us to source and the earth at the same time. But they're giving me in this perspective lesson, much less of that energy that's going this way, much less of that, but it's coming to us. It's not something that we're reaching out for and doing. It is coming to us, and it is slamming hard into us like that. It's not something that we have to do anymore, but it is an energy that is very kind of rough, coming from the ground up and then from the top down as well. And I wrote slammed hard, underline, underline. It's saying happening for you, at you, on you, to you, around you, below you, surrounding you, and it's becoming you. So all of this beautiful energy from the bottom and the top is slamming down. And then we go into the correction of all of that energy, because that's how they say we might be feeling at times going through this big change. So the energetic correction that they're saying is, there are no pre-written contracts here. So if you've been dealing with old contracts or these old belief systems, old contracts, meaning maybe you've written in past lives and you brought into this one still, and you haven't healed it, you haven't even found it, or you have karmic contracts, those kind of things, those are pre-written and they're not here anymore. Those have all been designed to stay in your past, unless you are physically dragging them along with you into your current timeline. They say, we've given you everything you need. Use our be and do method from last week, I'll put it here, to let go. You have no old history in the new age of this awakening. It is all magic. Let it go. We've given you the tools to let it go. Let the unhealed parts be healed. Just let it be. Let your unhealed parts be healed. And if you're still holding so tight to unhealed contracts or an unhealed mind or emotions or other people or past events, whatever it is, external events that we talk about a lot, why? They're saying, why? Ask yourself what you're benefiting from by holding so dear to these things. What is the benefit to you? There has to be a benefit, or else you wouldn't be doing it. They're asking you to please explore that. Explore why you're holding on to it so tight. What does your victimhood supply you that all divine magic of source will not? And in the third area, we go into the treasure. Last week, they actually gave you a cave full of treasure. And I would love to know what kind of treasure is coming your way. But so in this one, they're asking you to see that treasure again, see the cave of treasure. But there's a plexiglass partition that is keeping you from it this week. Taking me right back to COVID. It's like only in the last couple of weeks have the last ones started coming out of the stores around me, and that plexiglass partition is back on. And they're saying, there's no more tests. There's no more work. There's no more tests. There's no more work. Yet they're presenting you this plexiglass partition, and they're handing you a button. They're handing you an easy button. They're saying, press it if you want to go in there. Press that easy button and the doors will open and you can just walk straight in. The daily tasks of being human are easy now, because the drudgery of life is now all a lie if you let it be. The drudgery of being a human is now all a lie if you bring all of that with you into this magic space. You still have the tasks of human life, but let them feel aligned. Let all of them feel aligned. A lot of that is gratitude work, understanding your perspective of why you're doing them. Really getting comfortable with why you're doing your daily tasks that used to feel heavy, but now you're sitting from that really high 10,000 foot perspective and you understand it because it's all so aligned with you. They're saying, keep on giving anything misaligned to source. They'll sort it out. You might have to keep doing it while source sorts it out for you, but it'll get sorted out. Keep working on your nervous system. Every single time you do any of this, it's working on your nervous system, both your internal physical nervous system and your external spiritual, energetic, nervous system. They're both getting worked on every single time you hand something up to source, every single time you press that easy button, every single time you send gratitude for the somewhat heavy task, but you see the purpose of it. You understand fully why you're doing it, and you have the joy in your heart knowing that it is building for you. All that generational wealth is just flowing your way in every part of your life. That's your nervous system healing. It's coming online. That's there's spirit guides speaking through you, working with you, co-creating with you. That's what it is. And they're saying, they're giving me this vision of, I don't even have like an actual thing, but they're saying it's like a knob, like an oven knob that's, you're clicking it, kind of like you just click it, one more, one more, one more, one more. And every time you click it into place, one place higher, you're going just one tiny notch higher up into that ascension energy. So every time the last week we were mailing stuff into our heart, or 2 weeks ago, and then this time we're sending it up, we're giving it away, we are letting it go, we are doing all of the work. Every single time we're doing that, you are just clicking and more into place, getting higher into ascension energy, and all of a sudden you're going to be swimming in it. You're going to be swimming in that ascension energy. And I keep on telling you, you're going to be very disoriented when that happens. So you have to have that, put that anchor down there. Make sure you have your ladder in place. Make sure that all of these little tiny things that you're doing, all of these things that you're doing, every time you're mailing that in, giving it up, letting it go, those are your tiny micro practices. Those are the actions that you're taking, the masculine energetic structures that you are putting onto your ladder that is connected to the earth, that is connected to the cosmos, and allowing you to ascend in a healthy way, in a very structured, flowing way. The more flow that you can get, the faster you're going, the faster you're getting everything, all these riches coming to you. But you need to be putting those masculine structures in and doing them, the actions, the every single day, every moment to moment actions, aligning yourself. Also, getting your nervous system to come back online. It's all happening at the same time. It's all very easy, but it is work. It is training yourself to be living it a little bit differently. It's putting in the reps all the time and knowing with gratitude that so much is coming your way. And it's all just supported by that easy button. This isn't hard stuff. We're leaving all that hard stuff behind. And in the fourth section, it's always Guide's Choice. It's always my favorite. They're giving a message. It's not a vision, it usually is, or it's something more tangible, but today they're saying that ascension feels weightless and upward bound. That's what it is. It's in the name, ascension. But it starts with embodiment. And the feeling of an unbalanced nervous system, again with the nervous system, with anxiety and depression and all of this, is also a heightened state, okay? They're reminding us that other things can be feeling heightened, and that can be the anxiety, it can be the depression, it can be other things weighing on us, making our heart race as our adrenaline of misalignment and fear and grief, if it's prolonged grief, shame, victimhood, have held us in survival mode where our body is poised always to be in fight or flight, which is ramping up. It's fight or flight. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go all the time. Ascension, though, ascension must start with bringing yourself back into your body. This is going to feel almost foreign if you're used to the anxiety of fight or flight, of survival mode. And being a modern person, we all know what that feels like, all of us. Nobody's going to be getting away from, nobody's going to escape survival mode, living in the modern society until we can get our nervous systems to behave and our minds to behave and our emotions to calm down and start regulating all of this. So becoming embodied is going to feel like a weighted blanket. And some of us like the feeling of a weighted blanket, but to others, it could be a feeling of being trapped versus being soothed. Okay. It can feel like getting stuck in the mud. And this can be like getting stuck in the mud or feeling like you're in quicksand versus knowing that mud and dirt is nourishment for the food we eat, for the plants that are giving us air. It can feel like having very heavy lungs, even though taking a breath is now deep and slow, and you're getting much more air, right? There's that light and dark to all of it. And only once you are slow and calm will you be able to release the heavy feeling of the true fight or flight and adopt the ascension. Okay. And so they're saying have care and be calm and ask if what is heavy for you is yours. Ask that. Is that mine? Is that still mine? Did I accidentally pack that with me into this new energy? I don't want that anymore, and give it up. And they're saying do the integrations that come along with these readings. They are very good. They're very important. They're very short. I keep them very, very short. They're just little tiny things that get you to become embodied, get you to be practicing, get you to understand when you hear something that's coming from spirit, how to work with it. And then at some point, you don't need the integrations anymore because you already know the questions to ask yourself. You already know the next steps to how you like to work with messages from spirit. And that's what we're going into, you guys. Like I said, it's going to be information that you are using to make decisions that is either psychically based, intuitively based, or from your spirit guides or source. Okay? So this is very important to start learning. This is very important to start practicing, getting your messages, understanding your messages, learning your messages, or going straight to the answers, getting them straight without even having to have intuition or psychic abilities, going straight to them. This is a circle 1 year, you guys. This is all about co-creation, learning how to co-create, and expanding into that treasure vault that is just waiting for you. Easy button. Okay. So if you haven't yet, go ahead, and the link is down below for the integration emails. I can't wait to be sending those to you. Please sign up. Please let me know what you want in the comment box for any of the intentions for any of these readings. Please, please. That's going to be super, super exciting because right now I'm just using my own because I'm so curious. So with that, that brings this week to a close. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.